Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Damn Podcast, that Dustin and Myles podcast. This is Myles Phillips.
I'm Dustin Sutliff.
And I hope you're having a great day today. I had a pretty great day today. It's pretty chill. Thank you for liking our new page. Thank you for being so accepting of our new podcast name.
Yeah, it took us a while to figure that out.
It took us so long to figure out a new title. Coming up with titles with things is hard.
It was just random and continuously text messages from you on shouting out different names. And then you took this one, but I had already gave this idea, and you pretended like it was your own. I was like, Myles, I just said that one.
You didn't say that one. You said something else,
too.
And I said, "What if we switch it around?" And you're like, "Okay." So it is based off of your idea, but
damn straight. Boom, plug it.
Anyway, we came up with a new podcast name because we weren't really feeling the old one, and that old one was for when I was just doing this podcast by myself. That was before Dustin came along. And we really wanted something to... we really needed to change because the podcast was changing. It's different from what it used to be. We only have 11 episodes. I don't know what I'm talking... I mean...
Popping the roof off this joint.
Wasn't that long ago. So, yeah. This is our new podcast, That Damn Podcast. Like us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for liking the page on Facebook. For those who have so far, make sure you follow us on Twitter after that at ThatDamp, ThatDamp.
All letters.
Check us out there. It's not that many letters.
Oh, it's all right.
It's just that.
I like it.
We wanted to add a new what do you call this? A new aspect, a new thing, a new a new thing. We want to shout out. We want to give out shout outs to very important people in our lives, very cool people who are doing cool things, people who we think deserve to be given a shout out for the week. So each of us have come up with someone to appreciate this week.
Damn straight.
Who are you? Who's your?
Who am I shouting out to?
Yeah, who are you shouting out to this week, Dustin?
My first shout out on the damn podcast is to Rachel Pickrell, our college friend, my good friend from back in Nebraska Wesleyan. I know she has a show tonight, so she's singing out in Chicago. She's an incredibly talented actress.
Yes,
she's like a sister to me. She sings like a damn angel. It's insane. I don't know how she does that shit. But wanted to give her a shout out. Kick ass tonight. Back in old Chi-Town. I'm glad she's going out there and finally doing some stuff and kicking ass. So yeah. Atta girl, Rach. So if you're listening to this, I'm proud of you. Go kick ass and don't fuck up.
Hope you kill it.
Kill it.
She will kill it. Because she's pretty awesome.
She's pretty good. Who's your shout out to, Milo?
My shout out this week is to actually when I was creating the Twitter and the Facebook pages, I created the Twitter page and I made a post on Twitter, I made a tweet, and I did like hashtag podcast stuff, and then I guess somehow this other podcast found that tweet and DM'd me on Twitter, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna follow it." And they followed us. They're following that damn podcast. We're actually making strides in that, you know. They're following us. They subscribe to us on iTunes. I wanted to give a shout out to TNB Podcast. That's the letters TNB. That's hard to say, you know. Sometimes, like when you're saying letters, they sound like other letters, and so you gotta really like T as in tickle, N as in naked, B as in breast. That was the first thing that popped in my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
TNB Podcast. Everybody check out the TNB Podcast. Super nice guys. As far as I know, I've listened to a little bit of their podcast. They're super great. They're talk about great. They're just guys who chill and like to talk to each other, have fun, get around.
Get around where? What?
Not get around. I said kid around.
That's what you just said.
Kid. They like to. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just digging. I don't know how to riff. How do you riff? How do you just say things? How do you just make things off? I can't. I have to think about it, or else I pause a lot and I say a lot. I have to think about it a lot. This is really hard for me. Like,
okay, buddy.
I try to freestyle rap sometimes. Man, I can't do that stuff. You gotta let your mind just go, and I can't. I think too much. My brain just like. I'm thinking way too hard, even right now.
Yeah, dude.
But anyway, shout out to the T&B podcast. Thanks for following us on Twitter. Thanks for subscribing to us on iTunes. I really do appreciate that. Let's move on.
They slid into your DMs, man.
Yeah, everybody slide into my DMs. I'm the DM
everyone's
king. That's what I kind of wanted to call the podcast. Slide into the DMs because I'm Dustin. No. I just said I'm Dustin. You're Dustin. I'm Myles.
You're not. I'm Dustin.
I thought I was Dustin.
Oh, my sister gave us a little shout out.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Nothing better than your family, your familia coming in, knowing that you're loved. There you go, sis. Thanks. Love ya.
It's good to know. It's good to know that you're loved.
It is. You're not loved. I'm loved.
Yeah, nobody loves me.
No one loves you. No one loves you. So you had a good week, Milo?
I had an all right week. My weeks have been all right as of late. But I did have a pretty good week. I hung out with some people, went to some bars over the weekend, and got my drink on. House managed a lot. We started rehearsals for our new children's theater show at the theater I'm working at. It's called Dragon versus the Hiccups, and other award-winning plays. And they're all plays written by kids and the students around the area, and they're pretty good. They're pretty hilarious. The kids are freaking hilarious, and kids are awesome at telling stories. So we got some really great stuff going in that.
That's awesome, man.
In that series there. Yeah, I'm excited. It's nice to because it's been a little bit. The last show I did was the Velveteen Rabbit, where I played a little boy, and that was a while ago. So it's good to start up again. Start up with rehearsals and doing a show. So, that's what's been going on in my life.
That's awesome, bro.
What's going on with you?
Oh, same old. Working with children. I did a test screening at NBC, so that was cool.
Wait, let me give you applause.
Oh, yeah. That's real weird because I can't hear it from up here.
Yeah, I can only hear it in my earphones. I don't know how...
In case there's any new people on the podcast, my best friend Myles here is in Florida, and I'm in New York. So we're doing this podcast from different states via Skype and headphones and talking on the computer.
Yeah, it's some pretty easy stuff. It sounds hard, but literally all I do is push some buttons here. I just push go, and we just talk. Yeah, we're in different states. Soon I will be in New York with Dustin. I'm just
hell yeah.
In case you wanted to know, in case you wanted to be informed, since this is the fresh start for our podcast, let me inform you on where we're at. I'm an acting apprentice. I'm an actor. Right now I'm working as an acting apprentice at this theater down here in Sarasota, Florida, called Florida Studio Theater. Great little place. And
little theater.
I do a lot of children's theater. That's mainly what I do. Understudy some roles, some main stage roles. So yeah, it's going pretty well. My internship's almost over. Ends at the end of May, and right after that, I'm heading to New York and living with Dustin.
Hell yeah, dude! I talked about you a lot actually the past week. I saw Jack and Joan.
Yeah.
Our professors. I was kind of nervous to see them, but it was had a good time seeing them, catching up with Joan. Joan about cried, so that was fun.
Really? She cries a lot.
Yeah, she was. It was fun though. It was crazy, but told them that you were moving up here, so they were cool to hear that. Okay, so I gotta tell you this story, right? So, as you know, I work at Kids Club, so I work with kids. This just happened today. So there's a kid that's named. His name is Milo, right?
Yeah.
So he's your nickname. So I think it's funny, but this Milo kid is so funny because he's very talkative. He's a little antisocial, a little bit, but
like he's introvert. He's like I'm an introvert.
He's introverted. There's certain things he doesn't want to do, but he's also really talkative and really observant. Like whenever he sees me, hey, Mr. Dustin, hey, Miss Mallory, hey, Miss Katie. Like it's really cute. It's adorable. But so this is going off of. I kind of feel like I'm never gonna be the best parent in the world by the simple fact of I'll laugh too much if my kid's being funny, even if they're being bad. Like they'll say shit that'll make me laugh. So I'm supposed to discipline this kid, and I needed him to sit down on the blue mat. So he's about 3. And I was like, Milo, and you just sit down on the blue mat, and he just keeps bouncing around. So I'm like, Milo, and you just sit down, buddy. And he just won't sit down.
Yeah.
And what do I do there? Like I'm like, either I have to get up, pick him up, put him on the blue mat, problem solved, and he'll just get back up. But so you know how when you talk to a kid and you're like, all right, I'm gonna count to 5, you better do it by 5.
Yeah.
Now, in retrospect, that works if they sit down by 5 and they don't say anything about it. But sometimes that shit backfires like no other. And then so I'm going like, Milo, you need to sit down by 5. So I go 1, 2, 3, and then he just goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so it just continues to count. And then I just started laughing because I'm like, that's brilliant. Like, what? I can't be mad at that. Because I had no idea what to say to the kid after that.
He called your bluff.
Yeah, he called my bluff, and he just like, I counted 10 too, jackass. And he just made me look like a moron. And I'm like, God damn it. And then the other teacher, I'm just like, Dustin, you can't laugh. I'm like, I can't. That was brilliant. Like, and like sometimes you tell a kid, and you're like, hey, you can't do that, or I need you to bring me that toy, and they just say no. What? I don't know how to respond to that.
Like you can't, you can't like, yeah. I don't know how I would handle that. If they just say like, you have to give that to me. I guess I could threaten like timeout, but
yeah,
like there's not.
I mean, you could discipline them like a little bit, like, oh, we're gonna go have a body break because you can't like say timeout.
Oh, you can't say timeout? Why is that bad?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just weird. The worlds have changed with kids and schools and stuff.
Weird. Yeah, we're not allowed to call. We're not allowed to call kids guys whenever we're doing the shows and we do like talkbacks and everything. Or sometimes we have to seat them.
Yeah.
So whenever we interact with them, we have to try not to say guys. You have to try to say friends. You have to say, hey friends, can you come over here? Hey friends, can you sit here? How you doing, friends? So you have to avoid just calling everyone guys. But I guess that's a life thing that I should stop doing because I call everyone guys, and sometimes
I do that a lot too.
People, I guess, like sometimes people don't like that, and so it's really a thing you should confer with.
You ever made that mistake where you call a child a boy or a girl and they're the opposite?
No, I don't think I have.
That's happened to me at least 3 times since I moved here. I'm like, oh, what's her name? And they go, it's Greg. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Like a baby?
I'm like, I don't know why. Well, yeah, like a baby or even like a younger kid. There was one that I swore was a chick, but it was a boy name. Like it's not like it wasn't one of those like what's a kind of a mixed gender name, like Taylor, yeah, that's a good one. So Taylor, like you say Taylor, like you don't necessarily like they can either go girl or boy. But if someone says Bob, usually, not for any girl Bobs out there, more power to you. But usually it would be a guy. But I've had that mistake a few times, and I look kind of dumb. Then you don't know what to say. The only thing worse than that is if you call a woman pregnant when she's not. Which it's pretty clear when a girl's pregnant. But like those things, I'm like really bad at that. Always sound like a moron, so I just try not to. I very much either say buddy or dudes, but that's kind of gender specific
dudes.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, but it offends some people, so I guess it's good to be like, I don't know, just don't assume people's identities. Should ask them, I guess. I've never been in a position where I've had to ask someone what they like. I've never been in that position where I've had to be like, what do you identify as? I don't, because I don't know. I haven't had to do that. Usually, I don't know.
Just a badass. Good for you, Milo. All right, what's our first topic of the day, buddy?
Our first topic of today. I heard that there's some stuff going on in New York, right? There's going to be some like a blizzard or something.
Yeah, there's a blizzard coming up here, and I'm so like I don't pay attention to the weather. I just kind of get up and go outside and then deal with it. So I didn't know like there was a blizzard even happening until I got to work and was talking to people, and they're like, "Yeah, there's like a big blizzard coming." And my mom texted me, "I heard there's a blizzard coming your way. Please be safe." And I know my mom, moms worry, but I was like, "Oh, I didn't know there's a blizzard." But so they're shutting down all above ground trains, subway stations, like all above ground subways are not running after 4 a.m. today. So that's my train stop. So I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'd have to call Uber, whatever. But like, I work for Kids Club, and they're this stubborn company that will not shut down what they're doing in New York unless the metro is closed. So that since they were only closing the above ground trains, they're like, we're still technically going to be open. And I was supposed to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I get to work? I can't. I'm walking from Brooklyn up to Manhattan. That's too far, bro. Of course, I could take an Uber or taxi, but I don't want to pay for that. That's dumb.
So you're gonna go?
I don't. No, it got canceled. I just got the email a little bit ago. They're officially canceling the entire thing. So the entire preschool is all canceled. So now it's just but now it's just gonna be a bunch of snow, and I'm gonna be locked in my apartment. Can't really go nowhere. It's gonna be kind of boring, but I don't know how bad it's gonna be. Someone said it was gonna be pretty insane.
Was it gonna be like that? Remember we were supposed to have that what did we call it in Nebraska? It was like one year we were gonna have like the Snowmageddon thing, and it didn't turn out. It turned out
Apocalypse.
not that bad. Yeah, Snowpocalypse or something. And I remember one specific year it was supposed to get really bad. It got bad at one point, but they didn't.
Didn't we cancel Servant one show because of that?
I have no clue. I don't remember. But I remember there was one day it was bad and they didn't cancel school, and then at one point it was going to be bad again, so they canceled school, but nothing happened.
God damn it. Yeah, I don't know how bad it's going to get or anything, but I miss those kind of snow days when you're just looking forward to them.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get out of bed. It'll be great.
Just binge watch.
Yeah. What do you do? I don't know what I'm going to
do. Order pizza and eat a ton of pizza.
Yeah, make the douchebag pizza. Not the douchebag. I'll be the douchebag making the pizza delivery guy.
Yeah.
Hey, it's really bad outside, but please give me a pepperoni pizza. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, that's great.
That's so rude. That's
Tip
so rude.
Tip them a whole lot of money.
Nah, $2.
Yeah.
$2 for your trouble, bro. That's all you get.
Wow.
I could have made that pizza myself.
I went to the museum today.
You did?
I did go to the museum today.
What museum is that?
The Ringling Museum. I think that's the name. I don't know the full name, but it's the Ringling. You know the Ringling Brothers Circus?
Yeah.
It was like...
Who doesn't know that?
It was started in Sarasota.
Huh. I did not know that.
And so they have a museum, and it's a pretty nice museum. And the Ringlings, I guess the husband and wife Ringlings lived I don't know. I'm giving false. This information is just based off what I learned today. I have not looked any further into what. Okay, here it is. The John and
Yeah.
Mabel Ringling Museum of Art is the state art museum of Florida, and so John and Mabel Ringling. It's based this whole like area. The whole area where the museum is basically where their house is, where their man. It's basically their house. You're taking a huge tour of what was their property when they were alive, and you just tour around,
Okay.
and they have like paintings and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. I liked it. It was my first time going there. One of my first times doing something like touristy down here. That was pretty cool. And there was this one area. It was like Renaissance-y, and it was a new exhibit that they opened up. It was called like something about the senses. The senses being a lot. I don't know. It was weird. It smelled good, and it was like spacey, and there was lights of sound, and it was echoey. So it was cool. But there was one thing I walked up to, and it was just like this. It was this. I don't know what it was. It was like a medallion or something. Some kind of piece of jewelry. I don't know. It was just like a little gold plaque thing. All right, and it had a scene carved into it, a scene of like people doing something, and under it, the description, it was called Hot Cockles. Do you know what
Hot Cockles?
Yeah, do you know what Hot Cockles is?
Nope, sure don't.
Hot Cockles is a game that people used to play where one person would stand with their eyes closed and others would dance around him or her, whoever, would dance around them and punch them. And if they couldn't guess who punched them, they would keep punching them. It was just a game where how bored do you think like these people were back then? Like to come up with a game where you're just punching each other.
Hey, I got an idea. What is it? Put this over your head, and we're gonna walk in a circle, and I'm gonna sock you in the stomach, and you're gonna guess who it is. And if you get it wrong, we're gonna keep doing it. Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So much creativity.
Yeah, we should play that.
That's what happens when you don't have video games, bro.
Yeah. Hot Cockles.
You gotta make up games like that.
I wonder what that name. Hot Cockles. Why would you name that? Name it Punch Circle. Punch people in a circle. And then there's some weird stuff in this exhibit. There was another.
I saw some of your Snapchats. I wasn't sure what those were.
There was there was a drawing. It was called The Lactation of Saint Bernard. All right. And it was this lady sitting in a chair, squirting her breast milk into Saint Bernard's mouth, and basically it was like, I guess it was seen as a thing of like, you gained like knowledge or something. You gained something from drinking breast milk, and so it was just like a weird shot of this lady shooting breast. He wasn't like suckling on it. She was shooting the breast milk into his mouth from a distance while holding a baby. It was the weirdest. I'll post a picture of it on the Facebook page.
Please do.
It was so weird. So weird.
Gotta get that protein, man.
And there was lots of statues, and it was just like statues of like people loved just to like carve penises and butts, because that's what all like old statues are. Just statues of penises and butts of men just
naturally
laid out, having their. Even like I walked by one, and this guy was like laying out, and they even did like the whole like it was hanging to the side like it would if the guy was laying that way. They think about how much time this person had to go into just carving a penis.
Oh God, the human body's an art form, Milo.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, draw it active. What else are they gonna draw? Draw the beauty that they saw.
They saw
and that beauty was that guy's penis.
Penises and butts and naked people.
Hey,
but it got me thinking, the whole like lactation thing. And it just
did it get you thinking?
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
This is a quick thing I want to say, and we'll move on from this. But
okay, I don't think I like where this is going.
If you think about it, this is totally weird that we would drink milk from other animals before we would drink it from another human being. You know? Isn't that weird? But,
I mean,
like, I don't want to. I don't have no desire to drink breast milk. But I guess we did when we were babies. But like, we would drink a cow's milk, just a random animal's milk, before we would drink a person's milk.
well, I mean, we'd also like to eat the entire cow instead of eating a human being too.
But milk is for, like, if you think about the purpose of why people, like, why milk comes out of animals and why milk comes out of us, you would think you would go, like, I guess if they really needed to, an animal of a different species would go to another animal of a different species for their milk. But, like, we actively...
What the...
Okay, I'm going to stop talking. This is just a weird thing I was thinking about.
No, I really want to try to understand this. I mean, I get it. I mean,
Think about it. Milk is for nourishment, right? Nourishment, like a mother breastfeeds a baby so the baby can eat, right?
Yeah.
And you think that would stay the same as we grew up, but it doesn't. We'd rather go to other animals for that nourishment.
But isn't, like, breast milk
being.
is special for, like, a newborn baby? I would assume, I mean, again, not knowledgeable on this. I do drink a lot of milk from cows, but...
Yeah. You're drinking that's for that cow's baby. You're stealing from that cow. You know how much, you're talking about how much milk you drank today? You just stole that from a little baby cow.
The milk is for me, and it's not for that calf.
It was for that calf, and you stole it. You stole that nourishment.
Farmer came in, got that milk for me, and said, give that to Dust. And then that cow goes, moo!
But, you know, moral of the story, milk is disgusting.
What? No, oh my god, I'm not going to get into that.
All right. That's a topic for another day, because we have to move on.
All right, fine, whatever. What's our next topic that we got?
We talked About this little guy named Ed Sheeran, little Irishman named Ed Sheeran. Came out with the new album.
Dude, you listened to that album?
I have listened to some of the songs, and I like that Galway Girl song. It's a really cool one.
The album is straight fire. I've listened to those songs. That's been like what I'm listening to every day.
Yeah.
He's so damn good. But the only thing about it is he's angry. That dude's angry in that album.
Yeah.
And whatever girl fucked him over, two things. One, I hate you. But two, I kind of love you because you gave us this album. But those songs are so raw. I was telling you earlier, but that song Dive that he sings is all about some girl. He just given his all to some chick, and she just broke his heart. And anyone in the world can relate to that. But when he's singing it, he gets to that third verse, and his voice is like, it's almost like he's like screaming, but he obviously still sounds good because it's fucking Ed Sheeran. But it's not like pretty. It's just like gutsy and raw and powerful, and it makes me want to cry because I feel so bad for him. And then in the other songs he's singing, I think he's a pretty insecure guy, because he kind of like, he almost admits it in some of his songs. Like there's a song called New Man, and he's basically like talking about how this girl's with this guy, and he's like, I can't believe you're with him, but I've heard that he works out every day and he washes what he eats, but I think he bleaches his asshole. Like, I don't know, he tried to throw some shade in there. It was really weird. But he seems very insecure. But goddamn, man, those songs, those are some powerful shit.
I mean, that kind of stuff is relatable too, though. Like,
very, very relatable.
Him admitting his insecurities is like I think that's a powerful thing, because that's a
scary shit is what it is.
That's a thing that, I mean, guys in general don't do, is admit their insecurities, because we have a problem with hyper masculinity in our country, and you have to be, if you're a man, you have to be a man. You have to be this stereotype, and you can't like be sensitive, and you can't you can't you can't show your insecurities to anyone. So I think that's a powerful thing.
Were you raised that way?
No, I was not raised that way. I was not.
No. Okay. I was kind of mixed, as in like, I mean, my parents got divorced when I was second, third grade. I feel like I always mix those up, but it was in elementary school. But I lived with my mom basically, so that's where I get like a lot of my sensitivity. Like I live with my mom and my sister, and I was around my mom, who was very loving and affectionate, and so that's why I'm kind of like the teddy bear type of guy. But also my dad was just very like, don't remember when my dad said I love you. Very hard, very like, get over it, put your nose to the ground, get it done, push through, fuck it all. He's kind of like that mentality. So like there's times where I'm like, oh, you just gotta buckle down and just keep going. Then there's times where you want to fucking cry.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Like, I saw this video. It was a while ago, but there was this video of this little boy getting a shot, and he was crying, and his dad was like, "Don't cry. Be a man. Be a man. You want to be a man?" And the kid was like, through his tears, he was like, "I'm a man. I'm a man."
Oh, I remember that video.
But I hated that because let the kid cry. He wants to cry. He wants to show. You're conditioning him to not show his feelings. And that's okay.
Well, he's also conditioning him to push through, though, too. He's trying to say, like, hey, get through it. Like, nothing's too hard and you can't get through. So you can look at it that way. So, like, let's say if he just continues to cry and he's like, I can't do this. He's trying to teach his son to push through it, and nothing is going to be as hard. Nothing can be hard enough for you that you can't push through it.
Yeah, I guess so. I see what you're saying. I see where that
but
does
also,
make
like,
sense.
fuck, man.
But also, like, I don't know. I think that can get dangerous too when you like. I don't know.
It can. Well, my dad stapled his.
Yeah, I think you have to have the best. You have to have the best of both worlds.
Maybe. Sometimes I'm a little bit.
Best of both worlds. Chillin' out, take it slow. Then we rock out the show. What were you saying?
I don't know, but now I'm just dumbfounded that you were singing that song to me.
Man, I used to watch Hannah Montana all the time.
Oh God, why?
It was pretty good, actually.
Oh, I do. So talk about TV shows. That's really weird that you like that. That's weird. Have you ever seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah, bro.
Do you like that show?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm on and off. I haven't seen. I'm only on the second season, and I started a long time ago. But
okay.
Yeah, I watched.
Never watched it. Don't really know much about it. But hey, my friend Joey, if you're listening to this, love you, buddy. He's an insanely big fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I was working, and I kind of went up to him and we were talking, and he had posted on Facebook about like his huge love for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I go up to him because I thought it was funny. I'm like, hey, do you happen to like Buffy the Vampire Slayer? And he's laughing, but he had said in his comment that he was like, this is the greatest TV show ever. And I went up to him and was like, stop. You can't tell me that Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the greatest TV show ever. And he's like, have you ever seen it? And then, of course, I'm like, well, no, I haven't really seen it. He's like, well, you can't tell me it sucks then. I'm like, that's true. I can't tell you it sucks, but I'll tell you that it's not the best show ever because Buffy the Vampire Slayer can't. He then went... He was on Facebook and he posted all the Buffy Vampire Slayer episodes and ranked them from worst to best. Everyone. And I was making fun of him because I was like, who has time to do this shit? But props to him. He loves it. But I would still not think that it's the greatest show ever written on TV. But maybe I'll have to... I was like, maybe I'll just try to watch that show now and see if I think it's pretty good or not.
Yeah, I don't think Buffy is the greatest show on TV. I think Hannah Montana is.
Okay.
Is the best. Yeah. Probably the best. One of the best shows ever made.
That doesn't have shit. That's so Raven. I watch that shit all the time.
Actually, Even Stevens was the best freaking show.
Goddamn Shia LaBeouf. Being a moron.
Love Shia LaBeouf.
Even Steven.
Even
That's
Stevens.
So stupid as shit.
We have about 10 minutes left of this podcast. We covered a huge range of topics. We're very versatile like that.
So we do.
But I wanted to add another new aspect of a new segment, and add another new segment to the podcast, which was our advice column. I like to call it Dear Damp.
Dear Damp.
Since we haven't, this is a new thing I added, and I thought about it way too late to gather any questions. But if you want to ask us anything on Twitter, or message us on Facebook, just tweet at us or message the page on Facebook, and with any questions you have, they can be funny, whatever, and we'll deliberate from there what our question of the week will be, and we'll give our advice for that question, because I feel like we're pretty knowledgeable people. I would say Dustin and Matt.
I'm pretty knowledgeable.
We're better than Google. Yeah, Dustin's been a lot. Yeah,
been around the block a few times. I know some shit.
Yeah, I've been around. I've been halfway down the block, so I haven't been around it a couple times.
I've been around the whole thing with a tricycle.
So Dustin has an immense knowledge of life and living.
For my 24 years of life, I have an immense knowledge of a lot of things.
So what I did today was I went on Reddit and I looked up some questions on the advice page, and maybe we'll answer one or two.
I didn't know they had that. They have just an advice page that people post.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lot.
Awesome.
They have like one of the sub pages. They have different pages. They have pages for everything on Reddit. We could create our own That Damn Podcast page on Reddit. I don't know how that works, but I'll look it up.
All right. That's awesome.
So let's see. I found one. I forgot where it was.
So we're gonna answer this shit one on one.
We're gonna answer some stuff.
Let's do it. I like people. I like helping people. It almost sounded like I said help peeping. That's kind of weird.
I like this question here.
What is it?
2 hours ago on Reddit on their advice page. It says, "What kind of cookies should I get at the grocery store?"
Peanut butter cookies. Duh. What's wrong with you?
Peanut butter cookies are pretty good. I like those chunky, chewy cookies. And those they're little small cookies. I forgot what brand. Chips Ahoy, the chewy Chips Ahoy. They're softer and they're little. They're good. I could eat 20 of those. That's what kind of cookies you should get at the store.
No, peanut butter. But,
what peanut butter cookies are you talking about? Like, is it a specific brand or
get a peanut butter cookie dough thing and then make and bake that shit.
Oh,
and eat it.
Oh yeah, get some Toll House cookies. Get some white macadamia nut, white chocolate macadamia nut. White chocolate macadamia nut is
none of that. Good. Just get the peanut butter and chocolate chip.
Man, peanut butter's good too. I won't argue with that. I won't argue with you on that because I agree. Peanut butter cookies. Any cookies are. I freaking love. Were you there? Remember that time I stole a huge bowl of cookies from that event we had in school?
Yeah, because you showed up and then you put them in our room and you're like, "Look, I took these." I was like, "What? You took them? With the bowl and everything?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, I just took it." All right. I mean, yeah. Let's eat this shit now.
Nobody else was eating the cookies, so I just took them.
Yeah.
They were good. They were good.
Totally
cookies.
right. Totally in the right frame of mind there. Might as well take them.
In the right. But,
all right, what's the next question?
I'm a cookie fiend. Next question. Let's see.
That was easy. Give me a hard one.
That was an easy one. I should have found some before I did this. How do I get my life in gear? Let's see.
Oh, God.
20-year-old who's in his first year of university, who's an average all-rounder. I have a girlfriend and a decent amount of friends. I'm very social, but find myself becoming introverted. Is there a difference? Or I just like my own company. Is there a difference? Anyway, I'm plagued with going to bed too late and having a bad diet, which leads to me being tired and unmotivated. I just can't force myself to go to bed early as I stay up and watch YouTube, movies, TV shows. I just can't see myself ever changing, and I want to know how I can improve my life and be productive. I don't want to live a typical and normal life. I want to be successful, but I just feel as if I'll grow up without really reaching my full potential as I don't really put 100% into anything. I feel this.
God damn, we just went from cookies to that?
Yeah, man, that's some deep stuff.
That's some in-depth stuff, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot of time left to answer this question.
You feel this? You go ahead. Tell me how you feel this.
I do feel this. This is something I deal with. Being unmotivated and being like, I get this, being introverted or just like being in his own company. I just like being, I do go to bed. I go to bed way too late. I do have a bad diet, especially on the weekends. And I'm tired and unmotivated. And I can't force myself to go to bed early. I stay up and watch YouTube movies and TV shows. And it's hard for me to, like, especially if I'm in an environment that doesn't help motivate me to be better, I'm not going to be any better, you know? That's like, like I don't, like now being out of college, I don't want to stay home too long because I'd get too comfortable with that and I'll be unmotivated to get out, you know, to move.
Yeah.
I feel that being like complacent. Real quick thing, we did a what we call our lab project here at Florida Studio Theater. The interns, my intern group did, and what we do is we create a show, and it's just like this based off a topic, and we create a show based off a topic. We all write what that topic means to us, and then we put that all together and write scenes and stuff like that. And I created like a song, and we intertwined that with everybody else's other vignettes, little scenes in the show. It was like a 45-minute show. It was a one act. But a lot of that show was about just being complacent with being mediocre, with mediocrity in life, and being okay with just not being like successful, and what comes with that, what comes with like the being in an environment that doesn't motivate you, or being in a toxic place, or being bogged down by all the negative stuff that they say about our career specifically, you know, about all that stuff, like how you're never going to make it and it's all different for everybody, and like there's just like, it's stressful, and with that stress comes complacency with just being mediocre and just being in one place and just not striving to do more because you believe you can't do more. And so I feel what that guy's feeling.
Well, I guess I'll quickly answer this. I believe in mostly a lot of things mind over matter, which I know is really easy to say because I think everyone deals with that kind of stuff. But you have to force yourself to, I think, put yourself in uncomfortable situations. At least that's what I feel like I've tried to live my life by, is put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and then you have to either strive like to the greatness, or you figure out that's not for you, and then you have to move on to the next thing. But that's how you don't get complacent, is you constantly go into different environments and situations, and you just try to rise above it. But you have to make yourself do it. Like, someone says, oh, I don't have any energy to do this. If you just said, well, I'm going to do this, and that was the end of it, that'd be better. You'd be okay.
Yeah, you got to make yourself. You got to force it. At first, you got to force it. You got to get yourself, like, nobody's going to motivate yourself. Nobody's going to motivate you for you, you know? You got to do...
Very true.
At some point, you got to do that yourself. And I know that's hard. Oh, crap. Did you hear that?
I did, actually. That was
right
really cool.
Right outside my house. That freaked me out. But anyway, man, you got to...
let's go.
You got to motivate yourself. Sometimes you got to be your own motivator, and that stuff's hard. But we're running out of time here. We only got like 50 seconds left, so we're gonna wrap this podcast up.
Wrap it up.
This has been the most. It's not the most best podcast anymore.
No, it's not. What's wrong with you?
That damn podcast with Myles Phillips and Dustin Sutliff. It's been great. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Twitter at ThatDamp. Like us on Facebook. You know, keep in contact with us. Ask them for what. If you want advice from us, feel free to ask us. This has been the That Damn Podcast. Thank you for listening. Have anything else you want to say?
We out. Thanks, guys. You're awesome.